hit with a lurk from the terrorist side and nuke them by that long A fountain area. And they are going to be showing the bomb. Nice grenade coming out from Cheeks, lobbing it over top of that site, doing a tremendous amount of damage onto Toop as well, down to 53 points of health. Damos only surviving with 29 himself. Yet to commit that bomb to either side. Toop going for that boost. Nice shot from Trigg, going to take him down. And we've got first blood in this matchup, as it is going to be a 4-on-5 now, as they're still struggling to find their way into this bomb site. As it is going to be smoked off. Trigg going to pick up a second frag here on a Damos. And Cheeks finally going to fall to Sly's Glock headshot onto that short B area coming in towards that bomb site. Still looking for that boost, going with a little bit of spam, but it is going to be a 3-on-4 situation. Still waiting for this bomb to work its way into our bomb site, and he is going to go towards the main side, and Trigg is waiting. Does get taken down, and actually 2 frags for the terrorist side. Going to push it back to a 3-on-2 as they are finally able to make their way in towards the B bomb site. Spamming that USP away is going to be B Frank over there, not able to get the job done just yet, and is going to pay for it. But now it's going to be a 3-on-1 for 4shot. He has made it a 2 versus 1 as he's taken down Sly. He's going to go ahead and tap that bomb. He's got 1 on the short side of B, 1 coming from the sewers behind him. He's going to peek out on Sav here. And Sav is going to take him down, survive somehow with 1 HP, 4 HP combined for the remaining 2 terrorists. A very close round, but it is going to go to Hyper 1-0.
Yeah, and Devastation did a really good job at the beginning of that pistol round, just using their smokes to slow down any terrorist aggression, and the nades they had were just so effective. And then once they got those opening 2 picks, they just kind of had a couple players overextend and lose the 1v1 fights, and that defense just eventually collapsed. So really patient play from Team Hyper on that B bomb site.
Absolutely. That smoke on that short side of B by Squeaky side really held them back with that bomb. And finally, once it dissipated, they were able to get their way in there. And actually an aggressive play here from 4shot. He's going to be able to hear a lot of guys running around through that Squeaky door side. Trigg going to get aggressive. Picks up 2. Sav and Toot both fall. They were able to pick up 1 frag. Sly looking for the B250 frag. He is going to find it on the 4shot, but B Frank is going to be there to trade that one out. And we still have a 1-man advantage for the CT side. Damos going to find a frag on a Trigg and bring it back to even footing. But a P90 has been picked up from B Frank. Oh, another nice shot from Damos. Going to take down Sasquatch. Now he's going for the plant. Going to peek out here. Finds one. B Frank clutches the round. And Devastation pulls off the eco.
Yeah, and so much aggression from so many different angles on the map, coming down those stairs, pushing up into the sewers towards that squeaky door, and it just looked like some of the Hyper players just got so confused at where they were getting hit from, and just couldn't hold back and keep those pushes away, and just really effective aggression from Devastation.
I really like the way that 4shot pushed up and kind of pinched that squeaky door area. He had Trigg on the other side, and he was on the front of it. So really nice play there from Devastation, able to pick up that eco round with that P90 spray down from B Frank. He's going to hold on to that weapon. They are going to go by that squeaky door once again, but it looks like they're going to take the stairs maybe up towards that short A side. They are going to boost up into the windows. And actually early favoring towards this B bomb site coming out from Team Hyper and spamming away through the windows, actually doing a lot of damage. Sly's going to get dropped down to 6 HP from that M4A4 from Cheeks in the backside of that B bomb site over there by the barrels. So we do have a 3-man play here from the CT side in that B bomb site. We do see 4shot over here watching that short A. He does have Nukem over there lurking. And it does look like that bomb is going to be working its way towards the B bomb site. Trigg once again with this aggressive angle at the I want to call that long B and short B. So we're going to do that by the subway by long B. He's going to be waiting for Damos to come out and spots him, takes him down. Nice headshot from that M4, eliminates the terrorist. And that's going to leave that early advantage for the CT side on this anti-eco. But Nukem finds the headshot on the 4shot. And now peeking out. Trigg going to find another one. Spots a second. Not able to get it done. Sav going to get the 1 dig on him. And it is going to be a 3 versus 2. Trigg with 2 big frags this round. But the deagles are true for the terrorist side as they're going to hightail it back towards that A bomb site. They got to watch out. Actually, B Frank is rotated off. And they've stacked that B bomb site, but now he's going to make his way back around towards the boost boxes, the electrical box in the backside of that A bomb site. Finds Sly. Last man standing going to be Sav and sprays him down, so that's going to be the second round on the board now for Devastation.
Yeah, and Hyper's actually finding like a lot of success, like winning some one-on-one battles across the map. You know, first those deagles and A making that pick, and they're really kind of finding their one-on-one fights in these rotations. So that's going to come in massive once they start picking up AKs and they start picking up guns, and they can punish it more effectively and actually gain map control from it.
And I like what they're doing, sending Nukem out just to lurk for that A push. And he made him pay last round for it with that nice one dig onto 4-shot down on short. And actually, these deagle plays coming out again. Trigg, bye-bye! Damos had that one lined up from a mile away, decapitates him with a beautiful 50 cal bullet to the face. And that's going to leave that early advantage now for the deagle setup here for the terrorist side. But Nukem's going to get dropped by B. Frank's AWP down long A, and now playing for barrels is going to be Sasquatch. And he's actually got to watch out from the boost and actually takes down Toop without much of a reply. And Damos on the other side of long B looking for that frag, but not going to find it as it is going to get Molotov'd off. Sav pushing up on short B. He's got Cheeks right in front of him. Going to peek out here, spamming away with that deagle. But Cheeks is going to be able to pick it up. Sly with the trade. He's going to find one. Still waiting for Damos to peek out. 4-shot's going to find one. Finds the second one, and relatively, well, a much more clean round for Devastation there on the anti-eco.
Yeah, okay, so in this first gun round, something Hyper's going to have to be really worried about is when they're setting up in that staging area outside B bomb site, Devastation's being really effective at causing a lot of damage with grenades over the top of those walls, and even with a lot of boost that they've kind of picked up, so they're going to have to be very careful for that. And they've had so much success with those 1v1 picks on their eco rounds that if they can start doing that on these gun rounds and force Devastation to rotate into choke points, they can be very successful.
And here you go, the AWP from Damos. He's just waiting for Trigg right around the corner there. I'm in the POV of Damos right now, and you can just see him waiting for that drop. It's not going to come anytime soon, I don't think, unless Trigg just has a death wish. And they are waiting to see this push. They've actually pushed Sasquatch all the way up on short B. He sees Sav over there on the other side of that smoke. And if he decides to spam through, and he does, and he lights him up down to 29 points of health. They did pop the squeaky door, so he does have to watch out for his back. Cheeks was over there to help cover, but nevertheless, they are going to go ahead and bide their time, fall back into that A bomb site, and go for that boost up over top. Good grenade's going to come in. Actually chips away a little bit of health off of Sly and Toop over there in that B squeaky door side. They are going to make their play here for this B bomb site. Good smoke on a short B. He's going to cordon off that area for a little while longer and hold them at bay, as the bomb is going to be on the back of your number 9 man Toop with only 85 points of health left on his chest. B Frank, the only one taking any kind of damage really off of the CT side, as they are going to lob some nades over into that B bomb site. But as of right now, no commitment has been made from the terrorist side, as Garrett now throwing some smokes and flashes over into this B bomb site. And there it is. First blood goes away. The CT side is Trigg going to pick up a quick double, looking for a triple. Going to be able to find that as well. Has to fall back and reload. And that's going to give the terrorists a little bit of a time to push in. Cheeks going to fall to Sly's AK-47 headshot. Now right on the other side of the smoke is going to be Sasquatch up on top of the B bomb site boxes, and he's going to be able to take down Sly. Last man standing going to be Nukem with just an AK-47. He does have the bomb, and he's worked his way back through the squeaky door, so he might be able to make a bid on short A, but it looks like he's just going to go ahead and save. His time is going to expire. 3 unanswered rounds now for Team Devastation.
Yeah, and that massive triple by Trigg, just, you know, playing behind these smokes and cutting off these really simple choke points. Even though Hyper was able to get control of that courtyard around Squeaky Door by those sewers, they couldn't do anything with it being stuck behind all the smokes, and with no pressure on the other side of the map, these B players just kind of had to stand their ground.
Absolutely, and I made a mistake at the end of that round. It's actually 4 unanswered rounds for Devastation. The top of my scoreboard didn't refresh at the beginning of that, and it actually looks like this is going to be our first play from the terrorist side towards the A bomb site, as Damos with the deagle in hand has worked his way around towards that playground area behind Fountain, and they're going to go ahead and smoke off long A. I'm not really sure if that's a prudent smoke. It's kind of short there, but it has kind of pushed B Frank to an awkward angle. He is looking for that peek around the outside of that box, but nothing doing just yet, as the bomb is going to be working its way up towards the A bomb site off of short A party area. And we are going to see the push through bathroom coming. Wow, that flashbang, I don't know if you caught that, but that flashbang that Nukem threw hit the light inside a bathroom and ricocheted back into his face. Now they know that he's on short, or on long A, pardon me, as B Frank is going to find Sab, but Nukem's going to be able to trade him out. So we are on a 4 versus 4 coming in towards this B bomb site, or A bomb site, pardon me. And the flashbangs are going to rain out. 4-shot going to go down at the truck side. Looking for a Frank here. Sasquatch going to also go down. That's a big triple for Nukem this round. And the bomb is going to get planted. Now peeking out. Cheeks going to find Toop. Looking for that backside bank hallway push. And there's nothing going to happen over there just yet. And it looks like the CT is actually going to go for the pinch play here, as one rotating. That's Trigg from short. Going to fight Damos here in a second. But Damos, the ever-aware, going to take him down. And now in a 1 versus 3 situation is going to be Cheeks, and Nukem's going to pick up a quad on the round. Great job from him to open up the round for Team Hyper, as they're able to get their second round on the board.
Yeah, and really taking advantage of two ops playing at a bomb site without a Colt there to support the op. You know, once they got that first pick, they were able to just stream into the site, and you know, you can't, that op isn't going to be effective against all those numbers. And now, you know, on the other side, now it's Hyper with two ops, so that's really going to limit what they can do as terrorist teams on this map. They're going to have to start slowing it down and working towards picks, and not group up so much just towards one bomb site.
Absolutely, and once again, Damos over here by Subway at the long B hallway, but a nice flash and great anticipation as Toop's going to catch 4-shot, completely blinded at short by Bathrooms and take him down, and that's really going to open up the map now for the terrorist side as the CT is going to have to rotate maybe one guy off of that B bomb site to help out, but actually B Frank, look at where he is right now. He's pushed up all the way in Bathroom by Party, and if he holds this position, he might be able to catch one or two. He's going to find Sav, and he's not able to get the frag, so Sav actually, a little bit of a flick shot there, able to take him down, and that is a brilliant start to the round for Team Hyper here as they're looking to put their third tally on the win column as they are making a bid for this B bomb site. Damos going to get spotted here from Bathrooms in the backside behind green box. That's going to be Cheeks lobbing a nade out, going to do some tremendous damage onto Toop, drops him down to 49 points of health. Now the push coming in towards that B bomb site and stuck in the smoke is Toop. He's got the bomb out, no gun out. He doesn't care. He just drops the bomb anyway in the middle of the site. Now the spam from the Moss from behind. Sasquatch going to pick up two, and all of a sudden it's back to a 3 versus 2 in favor of the CT side. A great flank from Sasquatch. Bomb has been dropped in the A bomb site. And now Damos and Nukem both with AWPs in hand. They got to watch their flank. They got to watch the site. And Sasquatch spamming away. He's going to find a little bit of damage and picks up the triple, picks up the AWP, and he's got one man behind him. That's going to be Damos. Picks up the frag. And now we're on a 2 versus 1. The bomb is in a position to be picked up. It is going to get picked up by Damos here. And we are going to see whether or not he decides to work in towards this A bomb site, and that's exactly what he does. He's going to get a free plant right now, as he is going to hear Cheeks thunder stomping around. Spots his head. Damos finds one. Looking for the Deagle frag. Not able to get it done. Cheeks cleans it up. I thought for sure he was going to be able to whip out that Deagle and one Deagle in there. It was close.
It was lined up.
It was.
But that was just like, you know, I don't understand. When you have, they basically had the bomb site. They were in like a 4 or 5 on 1 at that bomb site, and they decided to do the smoke plant. And the only thing that did was kind of confuse their planner, and it allowed the counter-terrorists to rotate, allowed Sasquatch to come in and be effective on that flank. They took so much time getting into that bomb site and setting up for that smoke plant that it just kind of ruined the round for them. You know,
yeah,
when you have that advantage on that one bomb site, just get into it. Don't try and do those sneaky plants. Just get in and trade the kill or get the opening frag on the one person that's there.
Absolutely. I mean, those two opening picks on both sides of the map, I mean, it just absolutely opened things up for the terrorist side, but they just weren't able to get it done. Now, Sasquatch, I'm going to his eyes right now because he's got 3 terrorists about to stare him down as he is right on the other side of the stairs by Squeaky Door. He's going to hear Sav here in a second. Going to go ahead and take him down. He's got 2 more around the corner, and he's not going to be able to pick anything up, but B Frank is there for the trade, and that is going to be a 2 for 1 in favor of the CT side right now, as they are going to have that man advantage as B Frank over there by the stairs of Squeaky side, and 4-shot going to watch his retreat back from the Bathrooms. That's
actually a really good choice by him to fall back, because these terrorists that are in that room now actually just have to worry about it, and even just the worrying makes them take so much time off the clock.
Absolutely. We got to watch this angle. We got to check that angle. We got to watch for nades being lobbed through the windows and towards the Squeaky Door side as well. And, I mean, it's just a lot for them to pay attention to here as we do see Sly from his POV. He actually misses that flash coming out through the windows. Threw it a little bit too high, but nevertheless, you are going to see how they're utilizing these little tiny gaps in the map to try to get something done. Damos working his way with that AWP through Bathrooms, trying to get a pick in towards that A bomb site. And actually, both members have a nice crossfire going on here. One watching that long A push and one watching the main side of the A bomb site. And if they try to go for that smoke plan again, well, they might be able to catch 4-shot off guard. They are going to go ahead and smoke off car. 4-shot immediately changes his position, which is a smart play. He's got a gap in the smoke. He's going to be able to pick off the planner. No, he misses the shot. And they are going to be able to get that bomb down. But B Frank spamming through the smoke, going to find one. All right on the other side is Sly. They're spamming at each other. Not able to find it just yet. Is Sly going to get chipped down to 34 points of health? The bomb is planted in that smoke. They could potentially re-smoke that and go for the defuse. But Trigg on the flank, going to leave Damos once again your last man standing. And he's just going to get completely overwhelmed by 3 CTs pushing out. 6-2 is going to be your scoreline as Devastation, solidifying a relatively comfortable lead now.
Yep. And I really like that play by Sly, just to kind of go through the smoke. One way that smoke plan actually can be very successful is if, while the planner is planting the bomb and the counter-terrorists are trying to spam into the smoke, not being able to see anything, you actually send an aggressive terrorist through it to catch him off guard during the reload. And just a little bit unlucky that Sly doesn't get that kill, knocks him down into red HP. But a good plan for them.
Yeah, so they are going to have a little bit of money in the bank, but they are opting to go for a 3 Desert Eagle setup. Now, it's been relatively effective before. We've seen Nukem decapitate a couple of people. Damos has been solid with it so far. And they're just going to go ahead and push straight through sublane towards that B bomb site. Trigg goes down without a return frag as of yet. Sasquatch going to find one. Cheeks there with his teammate looking for the frag, but they're going to get overrun in a second. Cheeks is able to spray down 2, and that's going to leave it on a 2 versus 2. So even if they don't get the bomb plant, even if they don't win the round, this is a relatively financially effective round for the terrorist side as they're able to drop 3 weapons thus far. And look at Toop, actually. He is pushed up kind of aggressively here underneath of the B window for the upper side of that bomb site. So we're going to patiently wait to see what happens. Still a minute left on the clock. A lot of time to worry about. And they don't realize that B Frank is actually over by sandbags on short B. So we're going to see whether or not he can hold that bomb, as he is going to have Nukem working his way around the number 7 man. He's actually trying to work his way up into the sights. 4 shots waiting for that push. And nice patience from the CTs here as they are going to work up. Nukem is going to be able to pick up that bomb. He does get an M4 as well. And B Frank, nice awareness from him, able to take him down. And that's going to leave it all on Toop over here in the middle of this B bomb site. And he's got 4 shot right around the corner. He's got the flank from B Frank. The B Frank flank. But there it is. Toop is going to find one, looking for the last guy. That is going to be B Frank, and a nice grenade's going to come out and actually takes him down to about half health as well. So this is winnable for Toop. He's going to pick up the bomb and try to work his way into the site. Misses the jump. And now we are on a 1 versus 1 situation. 31 health versus 55 health. Bomb has been planted. He knows B Frank is going to be coming from the sandbag side. Spots his head, takes him down. Eco round win for Team Hyper. Great patience from the terrorist side.
Yeah, and then a really nice 2v1 or 1v2 win from Toop. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Good patience. Using that entire clock, making sure the CTs, don't know exactly where the terrorists can possibly be coming from. You let the timer run down. You let them think that anyone could be flanking at any moment. And really, really strong play from them. And actually, not bad play from the CTs, but just Toop getting those frags and hitting that nice shot. Good play from him.
Yeah, and I like what he decided to do there, going for that cheeky little boost in the sight to try to just spot that head coming out, because that's a really difficult situation, really tough play for B Frank to come out and check all of those angles, because he could have planted and jumped into the pit, he could have planted and gone towards the barrels, he could have been pushed up against the wall by short, he could have been anywhere, and just giving himself that peeker's advantage. Just a great all-around play from Toop there to get that job done. So it is going to be a save round for the CT side of Devastation, as they are going to have pistols in hand. CC75, interesting purchase here from Sasquatch, as we see the 4-minute reload coming out from him. And Sly going to go for the boost. He actually saw the top of his head. And he's actually being able to, from where he is, he jump peeks and saw 2 of them running back in towards Squeaky. So look at the CT rotation. They're all going back towards that A bomb site now. And a great, great play. Trigg is going to be pushing his way out, but they are rotating all the way back around, and Damos is going to be the first point of contention here, and he's going to be able to find Cheeks. Sasquatch goes down simultaneously from the hands of Toop with that M4A4, and it is going to be all left on 4-shot and Trigg here to try to salvage any part of this round, maybe pick up a gun, try to take away a couple of guns from the terrorist side, do some economical damage, but this round is going to be in the bag for Team Hyper. So 6-4 now is going to be your scoreline, as Hyper scratching and clawing their way back into this one.
Yeah, and really nice play by Hyper as well, because remember that first eco round that Devastation won, they had so much aggression across the map into that stairwell, and they actually did it again a little bit, but they weren't able to find any of those frags. Hyper kind of learning their lesson, staying a little bit back, being a little bit more cautious, and not giving Devastation any chance to get into the round.
Absolutely. I really like what they did there. They got the pick at A, and immediately all of them rotated over towards A to take it together. And that's something that they hadn't been doing a couple of times in these gun rounds. They've kind of been going 1 by 1 to different sites. And now I think that they've kind of figured out that, hey, if we really want to win these rounds, string them together, we got to take things as a team. Nice grenade's actually going to come back and push 4-shot back. He knows that one's going to be down there in that squeaky hallway. And let's see if he's able to get this frag. He's going to be hiding right by the squeaky steps. And he's got one guy, actually 2 guys right around the corner. He's going to miss the shot. Toop once again with that M4 chimes in with another frag. And that's going to be that early man advantage once again for the terrorist side. Sly eats a nade down to 35 points of health. But Toop again with that M4 taking down Sasquatch. And that's really going to open up this B bomb site. But look at their rotation. 4 members back up. All 5 members back up towards that A bomb site. And B Frank is all by himself. And all he has is an AWP. And he's going to get overwhelmed here in just a second. Flash is raining in towards that site. They know that he's over by bank side. Smoke's coming out. Oh, nice shot before the smokes got off. Toop. I want to say Toop right now is kind of the man of the match for the terrorist side, and Nice play from B. Frank, not able to get that second shot, but Cheeks is going to be there to trade it out. So we are on a 3 versus 2. Cheeks very low, 28 points of health, but Sly also low. And he's already worked his way all the way back around from Bank side. He's got one guy over by Truck, that's SLI. He's not going to be able to spot him just yet. Spins around, takes down Sly, and that's going to be a 2-on-2 post-plant situation. Now we are going to see that Molotov over by the bomb, and pushing straight through is going to be Trigg. Takes a little bit of damage from it, but nevertheless, they are going to be able to get in here. Taps the bomb, and now Trigg has got to hold this. And he does. Beautiful job from Trigg, and a great retake from the CT side. 2 for Cheeks, 2 for Trigg, and 7-4 is your scoreline.
Yeah, what a fantastic retake. And that's a round that they, I mean, honestly, they probably should have never lost that round, or the Terrorist Hyper should have never lost that round. And you're seeing they're taking advantage, able to get a spam kill on Sasquatch and able to get those 2 opening picks. So Devastation, like, they should be way more punished than they are right now, and these picks can come back to haunt them, you know, if Hyper can just find a way to hold those retakes, but Devastation's got to find some way to stop getting picked and just kind of play behind their smokes and not give anything up in the early portions of the round.
Absolutely, and once again we see the Terrorists spread out across the map. They've got their lurker over there, number 7. That's going to be Nukem over by that long A, actually by Party right now. And 4-shot pushed up in Bathroom's going to hear him running and going to take him down. So that is a 2-for-0 right now for the CT side. They actually dropped the bomb over by Squeaky. Sasquatch trying to play a cheeky angle over there by Short B. Is going to get punished for it as well. Damos going to take him down. And they are going to be able to recover the bomb here if Slide decides to push out from the Squeaky door. But as of right now, we are patiently waiting for an execution to come out. And you guys in chat, please do not ruin the scores. I'm going to start banning you guys if you do that, because that's not fun for anybody. But nevertheless, back to the action. We see 4-shot actually jumping over, trying to get a peek out towards that short B area, and they are going to be committing now as 3-man pushing straight on through. They've got Cheeks on the other side of the B box side. Good flashbang's going to actually blind Slide. And now Trigg and 4-shot going to work. Trigg going to pick up another double that round. He is 15-8, Moses.
Yeah, he's playing really well, and they actually have some really cool defensive setups over in this B site. They're really taking control of the Squeaky door and sewer areas. They did it that round. They had a nice crossfire setup, and they've done it in the past. And then this round, just making sure when that execution does come, they have a nice crossfire with someone at barrels. They had someone in sight peeking over smokes. They had someone up above. And when the terrorist team isn't getting those picks, they're finding it really, really hard to take these bump sites.
All right, we are going to see the eco come out from the terrorist side. They were successful on their last eco, and again, 4 Desert Eagles in hand. They're going to make a bid for this A bomb site in a quick fashion. Making that move with the quickness. 4-shot going to go ahead and volley that off, but SLI around the corner. Sly going to pick him up with the P250, and now actually Toop and Nukem going to work their way back around towards long A, and they're going to be able to catch B. Frank in an aggressive position there as well. So a 2-for-1 in favor of the terrorist side, and they've actually salvaged 2 guns. Sasquatch has got to be careful here. Nice Molotov play from him. And Damos going to get taken down. Oh, he pulls out a nade, but he's got cover from Cheeks, and Trigg going to chime in with one as well, leaving Sly your last man standing, looking for some frags in this A bomb site. He's going to spot out Trigg, laying the spam down on him. He's going to be able to pick up 1, and he got the 1 versus 1 right there, and he's looking for 2 more 1v1s, and that smoke is actually going to cordon off Cheeks, so he's got to be careful. Sasquatch, if he gets picked here, it could spell disaster, but nevertheless, we are going to patiently wait to see this push come out. Trying to look for the peek towards truck side is going to be Sly. AWP in hand. Flashbang not going to do anything. But that bomb being dropped is going to be absolutely crucial in this situation. And Cheeks actually spreading their forces. They do spot him, so Cheeks is going to hightail it back towards that A bomb site. And now Sly still trying to work this pick over towards that A bomb site. He's got 1 close, finds 1, looking for the second one, not able to get it done. I thought for sure he might have been able to whip around and get that headshot, but nevertheless, Cheeks is going to be able to take him down. A double for him on the round, and a great job overall for the CT side. Yeah,
and once again, just a really, really effective eco round from them. Getting 4 kills on that, and you know, going into this last round, if Hyper's able to pick this round up, then the CTs are going to be forced on like a very, very, very low buy. Like even almost, you could almost call it they'd probably eco if it weren't for the last round. They'd probably only have armor and pistols on most of their players. So that's actually massive implications for these last 2 rounds of the half.
Yeah, and it actually bodes well for both sides, too, depending on what team is going to absolutely crush the economy for the final round for either side. I mean, you can just look. Barring a bomb plan from the terrorist side, they don't have hardly any money in the bank. I mean, Toop might be able to drop. Nukem should be able to drop. But less than 2K on the rest of the players. It's going to be a stressful last round for whichever team loses this round. And while we're kind of slow here, Moses, you want to give us a little background on Overpass? What people were asking, is this CT-sided, is this T-sided?
It's been very CT-sided in the past historically. They just made a change as Sav gets that pick onto the sandbags, but just the way they changed the plant spot at the bomb site A, they made it bigger and more towards the front of the bomb site, allows the terrorists to have a lot more options, and it requires the CTs to play it differently than they used to. Kind of eliminates the turtle play that you just run down the clock.
Oh, that shot from Toop. Bye-bye, Trigg. See you later. Sit this one out for the next round, and this one is looking very good for the terrorist side of Hyper as Cheeks is over in the pit, and he's just going to get completely overwhelmed here in just a second. There it is. Four Shot's going to find one. Actually, I think he found a second one. I was blind for that, but he did find the second frag. The bomb has been planted. Damos going to get peaky as well and goes down to the hands of Four Shot, so a triple for him on the round. Bomb has been planted in that B bomb site.
Newcomb's on a really nice flank there from upper.
Yes, he is, and he's going to find Four Shot and be Frank, and there it is. So a very stressful buy here for the CT side. Look at the money on their side. 1,500 for Sasquatch, sub 3K for everybody but Cheeks.
Yeah, and that's what we were just talking about last round. Now their economy, it all stems from that eco round where they were able to get into a one-on-one with 4 kills, and you're seeing like the effect that can have on the economy. And now Devastation's going to be in a really tough spot, and Hyper like handled their eco aggression really well the last time they had to save. So we'll see if they try and do some pushes again, and they are. Cheeks is going to run down these stairs with his FAMAS.
And interesting to say the least, a double scope setup for the terrorist side. I can't see the guns for Trigg and Sav right now, but obviously they're going to have AKs and M4s. And again, Sasquatch with the CZ75, not really sure about that play, but look at them. They're just overwhelming the stairs area right now as Four Shot's going to bring his 5-7 down as well. And he's going to pay for it too, picking up 2. Sav picking up 2, and the last man standing is going to be Frank. Finds one, actually finds the bomb carrier, and that puts him in a pretty solid position here to maybe clutch this round out in a 3 versus 1. So we're going to let this one play out as Damos coming around from the backside. That smoke is actually going to cordon off that area. And Frank going to peek out, takes down. Oh, actually Damos gets the frag.
That could have been dangerous.
And Saf takes him down. But 9-6 is going to be your first half score in favor of Devastation. But Moses, do you think 6 rounds is going to be enough for Hyper?
Yeah, I think they're going to be very happy with that going into the second half. Like I was saying, they, you know, this used to be very CT-sided. Now I say it's more around 11-4, 10-5. So they're going to be pretty happy with those 6 rounds right there.
All right, so we are live on 3. Here we go. Once again, for you guys that are just tuning in, we just crested the 10,000 viewer mark. And for you guys just tuning in, it is 9-6 Devastation going to be on the terrorist side. That's Sasquatch, B, Frank, Cheeks, Trigg, and Four Shot facing off against the now CT side of Hyper. That is Sav, Toop, Sly, Nukem, and Damos. And we do see a pretty passive setup here in the A bomb site from the CT side. Peeking out from Bank side is going to be Damos. And as of right now, nothing doing. There's the spam coming out. SLI actually getting aggressive on the sandbag side. Oh, finally the first frag goes out. Toop, see ya. B Frank through the smoke. Going to find that frag with that G-lock. Takes him down. And that's going to leave the man advantage. Now jump peeking. Oh, Trigg, are you kidding me? Jump peek with the Glock. Going to take him down. Beautiful job from him. Damos spamming his life away, trying to locate that headshot with that silent USP, but look out, Sav biding his time, Nukem with the deagle and pistol round. Hello? Gonna find Sasquatch, and now we're on a 3 versus 2. The bomb has been dropped in that B bomb site. Damos over here looking for the frag, and now pushing through. Four Shot gonna find him, and now we're on a 1 versus 2. Sav still over there by the pit in that B bomb site with that bomb down, and he's got 1 in the pit. And then Cheeks coming around the side. He's going to be able to isolate a 1v1 here. And Four Shot coming around the backside. They are going to be able to take him down. So the pistol round victory goes the way of Devastation. But remember what happened in the first round, in the first half, Moses. Hyper won the pistol round and got eco'd immediately afterwards.
Yeah, and that's something that that Devastation's going to have to look out for. But I really like this. Even on the first half, on their defensive half, Devastation's had some really cool ways to really do some damage in that sewer by the sandbags, that entire courtyard by the squeaky door into that B bomb site. And you know, in the first half as defense, they were lobbing nades over and really damaging the terrorists. And this round, Trigg with that jump shot, but they had some boosts ready to go for that pistol round. And I would expect that. It looks like they're really some damage on that B site, the B site half of the map early on in these rounds. That's kind of what they want their strategy to be based around.
And again, talking about the boosts, look at where Toop is right now. Standing on Sly's head, he can see the squeaky door, he can see the short B subway. And we are going to see whether or not that's going to come into play. But it does look like the terrorists are going to be favoring towards that A bomb site. You've got 2 members down here by these squeaky door stairs. And that's going to be Cheeks and 4Shot just waiting for some sort of a push to come out. They're actually going to go for a boost here by the windows with the ump to see if they can spot anything in towards that bomb site. And I like what they're doing here. And unfortunately, he falls. Not going to be able to peek out onto short B. But nevertheless, they are still patiently waiting waiting to push into the bomb site here. And there it is. 4Shot spots Toop, takes him down. First blood goes the way of the terrorist side of Devastation. And 4Shot obviously saving for that expensive AWP. Only with that P250 in hand. He did buy head armor, but nevertheless, he still has a lot of money in the bank. And here come the terrorists working their way towards that A bomb site. And Damos is going to be the only one over there right now. And he's going to get tagged up pretty good. And there's the Deagle. Nukem finds one. Looking for a second one. Not going to be able to find it. Yes, he is. And now pushing straight on out. Sasquatch going to finally be able to get rid of that nuisance with that Desert Eagle .50. And it is a 3 versus 2. Again, another close eco round. And don't say anything just yet. B Frank is going to be able to find Sly and is able to find Sap. So there you go. But again, these eco rounds, we saw it in the first half. How many times on the anti-eco for Devastation did the round get down to a 1v1 or a 1v2?
Yeah, and they're really able to do some damage. And one thing I like about Sly, you know, not only, you know, or 4Shot with that pistol. I mean, not only are you saying he's saving up for the AWP, the expensive weaponry, but having just a pistol on those eco rounds really allows you to scout areas out. And even if he dies, you're not giving the opponent a gun. You're not risking losing any of your rifles, your weaponry. So having that one pistol just kind of get some information for your team and kind of dictate where to go from there. It's actually really smart.
And an interesting boost here, looking down that long A corridor. They know that they favored towards that A bomb site, and actually they've got one member working his way over there. That's the number 9 man, Trigg. And we're going to see what happens here, as Toop has been relatively solid with the, pardon me, it was Nukem. Actually, they did drop the stack, so unfortunately it's not going to pay off this round. And Nukem, oh man, cue the Jaws theme song. He did spin around and was actually able to spot Trigg. But now Trigg pushing out. He did spot him once again over there. Toop is going to be able to find B Frank. It is going to be a 4 versus 4 as Sap had fallen as well. And Toop finally goes down to the hands of Sasquatch, as we are going to see that push coming in. And the bomb actually all the way back in terrorist spawn, still working its way towards Subway, as the terrorists making their way all around the map right now. They have yet to commit to a bomb site. 40 seconds left. Very methodical and patient play from the T side of Devastation. And now Trigg going to work his way up. Finds Damos, takes him down, and that's going to leave it on a 3 versus 4, or 2 versus 4, pardon me. And Nukem with the Desert Eagle looking for that frag, not going to be able to find it. He's going to get flanked out in just a second. Actually, good grenade's going to come out. Almost does it. And Trigg now working his way around. And down he goes.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of stock in these Deagles, these two teams in this match. I have not seen this many Deagles used in a Counter-Strike Global Offensive match in ever.
The thing is, though, is that they're hitting the shots. They've hit some ridiculous Desert Eagle shots.
Yeah, there have been some nice shots. And, you know, that we're kind of seeing, like, Devastation on their terrorist half versus Hypers is much more slow, much more calculated, kind of just waiting for picks, getting information, not committing to anything. Whereas Hyper, you saw they would take map control of a certain area on the map and just kind of hold it until they wanted to execute. And they would get into that map control and they would find their picks that they wanted and they would go from there. And Devastation is much more slow-paced, staying back and just kind of watching for pushes and then going from there.
Absolutely. So again, we see the terrorist forces fanning out. Trigg working his way with Sasquatch around Fountain. And Cheeks and 4Shot down there in the lower halls towards the squeaky room. It is smoked off, the squeaky door. So they are going to be able to push up a little bit more aggressive this time. And Sly actually aggressive on short B with Toop in tow. And that's going to be B Frank over there. And I'm looking at the overview right now, and everything over in that B bomb site is smoked off. Now the smokes are starting to fade. Now we're going to be able to see maybe some potential pushes coming out. But Trigg, once again, working his way around towards that long A, and Nukem on top of Truck might be able to find a frag onto him over there. Let's go ahead and get in the eyes of him, as he is boosted up on the railing behind there. So I like that position that he's in right now, but a well-timed smoke or a well-timed flashbang is going to really devastate him. See what I did there? Devastation.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
There you go. I'm on top of things here, and actually there's the smoke. Actually kind of skips really far right there, and isn't going to be utilized as well as I would have anticipated. I think that's mostly for the CT spawn rotation. But now they have 3 members over here, and Nukem through the smoke going to dispatch Sasquatch. That's going to be the bomb carrier drop. And now pushing through aggressively. They're still looking for that off-break. The bomb is going to get planted. Not able to find that spam through the smoke as B-Frank is going to get it. They fall back. And a great job from the terrorist side, able to get that money in the bank right here. It is a 4 versus 5. They've got to go for this retake, and look at that. No smokes for the CT side. If they were maybe able to smoke off that entire corridor, they might be able to get in here and try to get a pick, but Damos, Sav, and Nukem going to work. The lineup is true, but Cheek's only able to get 1. He was low. And there you go. The first gun round of the second half is going to go the way of Team Hyper as they're able to pick it up with only a 1-man frag on their side. Damos gets dropped.
Yeah, and it was really good to get that plant down. But one thing I mentioned in the first half that, and this is how I've seen some of the pros play, you know, and the Europeans who are more experienced on this map, is if you're going to go for that smoke off plant, you need to throw some deeper smokes into that bomb site to smoke off the choke points, and you need to send 1 or 2 players in with flashbangs, like turned around so they don't get blind, and you need them to get through those smokes and to find the counter terrorists that are just spamming those smokes. Those are free kills if you can find your way through and stay you know, coordinated on your way through the smoke. And if you're not going to do that, it's just going to be so hard to defend that bomb when all 4 of your players are just sitting outside the B bomb site. You know, everyone's position is known. You need to get people to push up and be aggressive.
Absolutely. So once again, the slow play coming out from the Devastation side. This is going to be a full buy again. Nukem with the AWP. Once again, over there by the truck side, he's going to get up on top of that dumpster again and try to go for that pick towards long A. And again, Trigg is working his way around that area, so he might get caught unawares from that AWPer in the backside of that A bomb site. And the first blood is going to come on the other side of the map, though. B-Frank going to find Sav by the sewers and does take him down. Sly over by the squeaky door. Toop is going to try to rotate around and maybe do something for his team. And a good grenade's going to come out and actually catch a Sly a little bit. And now fully flashed in the smokes. Not going to be able to find anything. Toop going to peek out, take down 1. 4-shot going to find a frag. And Toop's going to chime in with a second, looking for a 30. Runs out of bullets. Cheek's going to be able to take him down. And now peeking out, Trigg's going to find the frag on Nukem, and the last man standing all of a sudden is going to be Damos over here in the B bomb site. Trigg jumping through the smoke. Not going to be able to find that frag and does no damage whatsoever. Cheek's going to hightail it back towards that B bomb site with the bomber Sasquatch through the squeaky door, and now the rotation from Damos. He might be able to get over here in time to defend this bomb site. As Sasquatch very slow to get in there, and a good grenade actually going to chip away 20 points of health. Molotov rains down as well. Still stuck in the bomb site is going to be Sasquatch. 9 HP left for Cheeks. And let's see if Damos can solidify this round for his squad. And Sasquatch spamming away, distracts him. Cheeks is going to clean that one up, and that's the 13th round now on the board for Devastation. And that should force the eco round for the CT side as well.
They could choose to force buy, but yeah, it looks like they're gonna eco here and just try and make a late run on this map. But you know, Devastation just did such a good job of, you know, getting those picks. You know, a couple that aggression in the sewer door was a little bit unfortunate, but finding those picks, and then they had that one lurker at A who was able to cut off that AWPer's rotate, and just finding picks across the map. They're not really executing. You know, like we said, they've stayed back, they've been slow, and they've, you know, been really meticulous in how they take these bomb sites, and they just kind of whittle down the defense until it's just so easy to make a decision on where to go.
Indeed. So we are going to see that eco round again, and look at how heavily invested the CTs are. 3750 on the board, and that's all basically in Desert Eagles. Sly did pick up a body armor, trying to prevent that aim punch as much as possible, and Toop going to be over here by short B, waiting for B-Frank to try to make his way through that sewer area. And that's exactly where B-Frank is going to go, and Trigg going to find Nukem getting aggressive on long A. B-Frank takes down Toop. He only had a silent USP, so a little unfortunate positioning for him over there as he's not really able to do too much damage onto him. Takes him down to 61 points of health. And now the aggression from the terrorist side is going to be coming towards this B-bomb site. As they're going to lob their nades out, try to check these angles, and Sav dispatches B-Frank with a beautiful 1-dig once again. Pushing through the smoke is going to be Sasquatch. He's going to locate one in that bomb site, and Damos still over by bathrooms, waiting for this rotation to come back towards the A bomb site, and that's exactly what's going to happen. He hears Trigg running up. He's going to bide his time. Trigg doesn't check the angles, and he goes down. 4-shot going to clear that one out. I thought for sure Damos might wait for him to push past and try to pick up the second guy, but he didn't, and was unable to get a second frag out of that one. But it is going to be a 2 versus 2, and Sav has salvaged an AK-47. He's got one guy at Cheeks right on the other side of that wall. He's going to lob a flashbang up in there. 4-shot does take down Sly. And Cheeks is going to be able to take down Sav, so that's going to be your 14th round. Now we are on tie point for Devastation with a 7-round lead.
Yeah, and Hyper's going to have to, you know, we're seeing they have these like really nice early setups that they do, these stacks and crossfires they set up in certain places behind smokes, and then as it transitions into mid-round, they have like kind of some rotations occur to other parts of the map, and you just see some of their players get left in these like one-on-one battles, one-on-two battles, just one person guarding, you know, maybe 3 different entrances into a choke point, and they really need to make sure they're sticking together as a team throughout the round. And now we're seeing a quick B rush from Devastation.
Beautiful nade from Sav. Look at the damage. But Cheeks, hello! 4Shot going to chime in with 1 onto 2 as well. They've got 1 member left in the backside of that bomb site, and that was Damos. Actually, pardon me, no, that's Sly. He actually picks up 2. So now we're on a 1 versus 2 situation. Nukem spamming away. He's going to be able to pick up another frag, and that's going to leave it on Cheeks in a 1 versus 1 push plant situation. The action heated up real quick in this round. Beautiful trades from both sides. Sly, great play from the pit, able to pick up 2 frags. Now pushing around behind that smoke is going to be Nukem. Salvages an AK-47 with 25 bullets. Spots Cheeks, does some damage. Going to be able to take him down to 22 points of health. And he's actually got good cover from behind the pillar. And Cheeks hightailing it back into the site. Is going to get picked off, and Nukem clutches it. Maybe. Yes, he does. So that is going to be a round for Hyper. Close one.
They won like a 2-on-4 there. Like, I know that all happened so quick that we didn't notice it, but I think Devastation got like the first 3 picks at least. And like when it all came down to it, it was like a 2-on-4 or a 2-on-5. And those rotations were just catching people off guard. You know, the Devastation players not finding good post-plant positionings, maybe getting too comfortable with that lead after they opened that round up. But, I mean, regardless, that was such a good change of pace. You know, they've been taking it so slow for all these rounds in this half, and then all of a sudden it just hit B so fast like that. Really, really caught Hyper off guard, and they're lucky they had, you know, those 2 A players really bailed them out of that round.
Absolutely. So right now we are going to see an eco round from the terrorist side. Beautiful shot from Damos. Going to take down B Frank. And to reiterate what you were talking about in the last round, I believe it was a 3-on-5. And then Sly got 2 quick frags in the backside of that B bomb site. We do see them pushing into towards the A bomb site right now. Spamming away right now is going to be Damos. He's looking for another one. He is going to be able to pick up a 3rd frag. Pardon me, that's a 4th and a 5th. Damos with the ace. Wow.
Yeah, what a round from him, and he picks up the off for his teammates, so really nice hold from Damos.
Every time he got a kill, it was like cha-ching, cha-ching. Plus picking up that AWP for Nukem as well. That's just great awareness for Damos. Beautiful job from him. Great ace. That's the, well, I mean, this is the first match that we've casted for the BenQ, but that's the first ace that we've seen so far. It'll be interesting to see whether or not we see a couple more as this tournament unfolds, but right now, again, it is going to be a buy round for Devastation, looking to close this one out. And again, going for some boost plays. And I don't know if I like this boost that they've done here. Looking for bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very interesting
to get over. Cheeks is going to draw first blood here. Toop gets dropped in that B bomb site. And that actually does force Nukem to rotate. And Sasquatch does have the bomb over towards that A bomb site. So if he does rotate all the way back over towards B, that could put the CTs in a very difficult situation to try to hold this A bomb site. But right now, the bomb working its way over towards long A. And Nukem, once again, going to go to his favorite spot right behind Truck with that AWP, looking down towards long A. And Flashbang's going to come out. The distraction being thrown, and it is still a 4 versus 4, so we are patiently waiting. And going for the boost play is going to be Trigg. Spots him out, does some damage onto Nukem. I like that boost a lot.
I like that boost a lot.
I think they need to change this map to boost pass.
There are a lot of boosts on this map that we see.
A lot of boosts. And they're great. I mean, for all these teams that have taken the time to figure out these angles, figure out where these boosts are utilized, what angles that they can watch with all these boosts, it's great. You know, this new map gets thrown in the rotation, and to see these teams come out and utilize all these different positions and everything like that is great. Of course, the most renowned one would have been Olaf Meister, but nevertheless, we do see a 1 versus 4 situation through the smoke. Actually, Sly waiting in the smoke. He pushes back on through. Spams the bomb planter. Wow, Sly, could you do this? 2 versus 1 situation, only 33 points of health. He's got to ace it.
Oh, my
and actually,
Lord.
he wins the round by killing the bomb planter.
The time. What a hero play from Sly.
Fantastic job.
And they're just getting bailed out by these hero plays. This could not last the entire half. Like this, you know, it's just not going to happen. And they need to find some way to just, you know, get a stranglehold in this CT half, because, you know, that winning that 2-on-5 or 2-on-4, whatever we said it was, and that hero play by Sly to prevent the plant, let the time run down. You can't rely on these types of round wins to win this match. You know, they still have 6 more to go, and they're not going to get those gifts very many more times.
Absolutely not. Now, an interesting mixed purchase here. Actually, I'd say mixed purchase, but the The 2 AKs in play were salvaged from the last round. Aggressive play here on Cat, or on short B, actually. Sasquatch. Tech 9 power takes down Toop. Sav going to answer back on a B Frank and equalize things on a 4 versus 4. And once again, the CT's falling back into that A bomb site. They went for that cheeky boost once again towards that bomb site. And actually, Sasquatch, I don't know, did you spot him? He did. Takes down Sly. And a great job on the economy side of things for Sasquatch. Picking up 2 big frags. They are traded out. Trigg going to get dropped by Damos. That is going to be an AK-47 out of the hands of the terrorist side. And we are going to watch if 4Shot and Cheeks can clutch this one out with a Tech 9 and an AK and a Dream. Working their way now in towards this B bomb site. They've got 1 in pit to worry about, and that's going to be Sav. Speaking out, Cheeks not going to get the shot off. And 4Shot is going to be able to take him down, and that's going to leave it on a 2 versus 1. Again, close rounds back and forth from both of these teams. 35 seconds still on the clock. They know that the bomb is down in that B bomb site, and 4Shot's going to work his way all the way back around towards long B to try to make his way in. And he's going to get a shot off onto Nukem. Might be able to work his way in towards this bomb site and get a bomb plant, as both players from the CT side are playing relatively passive. Now over into the pit is 4Shot. And he's going to go ahead and lob a flash in. Oh, Nukem peeks out before it pops. Gets the shot down, and Damos might have been dead to rights on that one.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the important thing. Once again, another eco or half buy. They had 2 AKs with armor, but the economies for both teams are just dwindled so low. So actually, whoever starts winning these rounds, like this round, whoever wins this round, it's going to lead into an eco. But after that, it's going to start looking really, really tough. These last 3 rounds, when you're getting this close into the match, if it starts getting to like 14-13, there's going to be an eco that might just decide the outcome of this match. And here they are doing your bathroom boost again.
Yeah, absolutely. They have yet to spot anybody over there, as Sasquatch has been relatively elusive.
That's actually a really, really cool boost. The only danger is you have to really time it with that smoke fading away. As you see, it's just fading away now, and they need to bail out.
And that's exactly what they do. So they've definitely practiced that boost before, as you can tell. I mean, they've got their timing down properly on it, and it has yet to pay off. We have yet to see them get a kill through bathroom window like that. But nevertheless, we do see it looks like the terrorist's going to make a bid for that A bomb site once again, as Sasquatch working his way up through bathroom with the bomb on his back. And Trigg again around through that long A hallway, just looking for that AWP in the backside of the site. And again, that's going to be Nukem holding that angle on top of that dumpster in the backside of that A bomb site, staring through that truck. They are going to bring 2 more members over towards that A bomb site, and they are going to go ahead and smoke things off. They had success the last time that they tried to come in and do the smoke plant. However, they weren't able to hold that post-plant situation. Flashbangs coming in. All of the terrorists completely blind. Good grenades going to come out and do some damage. Cheeks finds one. Nukem trades it out. Looking for another one. Nukem not able to get the frag, and he's going to get flanked out from 4Shot. And there you go. Opening up that A bomb site. They still have one over by BenQ, and that's going to be Damos with the silent M4. Looking for the frag. He's going to get mollied out and taken down. This could be it. We could go to match point right here, as Toop and Sav looking to salvage the rest of this round. He's going to spot Sasquatch. Sav's going to be able to take one down. Toop making his way back around from the back halls, and they are looking for this plant. And it's actually not really planted too good for the CT side, for the terrorist side. It is a 1v1, and B Frank going to peek out, and he goes down. Does he have time? I believe he does. Yes, he does. So that's going to be a 12th round on the board for Hyper, a round that I think they had no right winning.
Right, just Devastation really blowing these post-plant situations. 4 people alive. First of all, it was planted in a truck, and they had so many people in that entranceway that it wasn't even really super planted for them, but also just some over-aggression on players who were actually in the bomb site. I think Sasquatch was actually tried to push and get another frag, and it's, if he just hides, that round's over. He's not the man that needs to be aggressive. You have the guys at the entrance peeking, and you have that guy hiding in the bomb site who just kind of baits his teammates and just stays alive, and they had it the wrong way around, and Sasquatch makes a bad play, and it kind of just ruins the entire linchpin of that post-bomb plant defense.
All right, well, it is going to be a full buy from the terrorist side, as I believe they've lost 5 in a row now. And 3 of those rounds, I don't think they had any right losing, but nevertheless, that's the way that Counter-Strike is. And again, Damos and Nukem with these cheeky boosts all across the map. And they're going to go ahead and drop a flashbang, fall back from that position, and wait as Sasquatch and Trigg once again working their way around through that long A corridor, just looking for some frags, and Nukem over there by BenQ, spotting down for short A. And they're going to throw a little bit of spam towards that A bomb site. Flashbang is going to get thrown out. And now we see the patience on the CT side, the patience on the terrorist side, looking for the frag down long A. as Cheeks has made his way to join his teammates as well from the bathroom side of things. Flashbangs coming in towards that A bomb site. Looks like that's exactly where they're favoring, as Trigg is already very close. And they're going to go for the smoke plant once again in that A bomb site, as they have worked their way in. Sly survives. He's only got 11 HP. Trigg does draw first blood. Instantly traded out. Sly goes down. Trades all across the board right now as the bomb is going to get planted here in that A bomb site. And B Frank patiently watching for that flank coming from the stairwell all the way at the back of short A. He's way out of position right here, and if the CTs are able to infiltrate this bomb site, they might be able to make something happen. But Trigg says otherwise, as he's able to pick up 3 that round. Sasquatch chimes in with 2, and now we are officially on match point, 15-12 in favor of Devastation.
Yeah, and really good to see them play that post plan. And now we talked about, constantly whittling down the economy. You look at Hyper's econ on like what they can afford to buy, and it's not much. They have Deagle armor, they have a FAMAS. They're probably gonna have another FAMAS, but they don't have a lot of nades, so they're gonna be in a really tough spot. That win that finally just cracked the economy. Devastation able to bring it down to a couple close rounds just over and over again. So even though they were losing it, they now set themselves up for an easy match point if they can just handle any kind of eco aggression that Hyper's gonna have.
And there you go. First frag of the round is going to go the way of Devastation. Make that 2. And we could see it. 3-on-5 situation. Now going to get aggressive here through hallways. And Toop's going to go down. Or actually, Toop is going to pick off Cheeks. And the bomb is dropped outside of short A. Sasquatch and B Frank, though, going to work. And the flank is coming out behind. And Sasquatch going to take him down. And there it is. 16-12 is going to be your final score. Devastation moves on. And Hyper going home.
Yeah, and Hyper put up a really good battle. I mean, they had those rounds they had that were just saved by like 2 people, just one person making play Sly where he got the bomb planter, so the time ran out. Those hero plays just eventually they just run out at some point. You have to be able to consistently, and especially when making a comeback, you have to find ways to emphatically win rounds, to not only get the round win but to preserve your economy. And when you're not able to do that, it just makes it harder, as you have to rebuy guns. You maybe don't get to buy as many nades, maybe you lose a kit here or there, but just eventually it just kind of runs out, and you saw it there at the end. They just kind of, had nothing to work with in that last round.
Yeah, absolutely. All of those close rounds, those 1v1s, 1v2s, I mean, the economy never got rolling on the CT side for Hyper, so they just weren't able to string enough together, get that good money situation going, and that just ended up biting him in the behind at the end of this one. But congratulations to Devastation. Great job from them, able to come away with the win eventually on Overpass. And that's going to be it for right now. We've got another match coming up after this one. I believe we're going to see Origin Gaming versus Torqued.
Oh, is that what we got next? That'll be cool.
That's what Few's telling me, so I believe that's what we're going to see. I don't know if we're doing any caster swaps right now, but just bear with for you guys in chat.